But we're going to see a staple of local Philippine Tekken.
Yes.
The Devil Jin of the country going up against Breadman, who is bringing out the Leroy.
Oh, yeah. No stranger to the Leroy is Breadman. We did see Breadman earlier use Claudio against Gogo, who is a
Yes.
Xiao Yu player. Gogo is just, Claudio just happens to be a really good pick against Xiao Yu, but this isn't Xiao Yu this time. This is Leroy versus Devil Jin. Let's see how Vermilion adjusts.
Right? I've heard a lot of talk that Devil Jin isn't as good as he used to be, but this character loyalty here is something so rare in the Philippines. And Vermilion with that big counter hit combo here. Already to an 80% life lead, 15 seconds in, kid.
Yeah, he leaves Breadman just outside of range, so Vermilion does not want to give Breadman that extra bit of damage in, but he does have a tough hill to climb. Breadman catches him with an FF3, spends that cane already.
Oh no, unable. I guess he was a bit too far to punish the game, but still, Vermilion keeping his composure, getting his hits in accordingly. But right now, Breadman saying, I'm not going to give you that fast start that you had in the first round. Vermilion gonna have to find a way.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Both players spacing it out. This is an infinite stage after all. They just want to feel each other out. What's going to happen? What are they going to do? 1-1-2 from Vermilion. Here we go.
The staple of the Mishimas here, the flash punches. Breadman making great use of it. He hasn't really gotten any big counter hits so far. Breadman being extra careful here against Vermilion because he knows that the damage is possible. But of course, Leroy, no stranger to dealing out damage himself. There's that rage hit slight nerf. Oh my goodness! Able to get the trade, but nothing afterwards.
Yeah. And speaking of being extra careful here, speaking of being extra careful, Vermilion has not been throwing out any health sweep whatsoever because he knows how much of a risk that is. Here you go, Breadman. He might be expecting one health sweep at least.
I mean, there are those times where you don't throw out a health sweep at all in a match, but that time you do, that's when your opponent blocks. Probably Vermilion trying to avoid that, or he's trying to just find the right situation where he conditions. Speaking of conditioning, able to get that big God Fist right there up against Breadman.
Oh,
there,
you saw that.
He went for it.
Everyone at home saw that, the health sweep, and just as he does, Breadman blocks it, follows up the combo, big damage coming in from him. And Vermilion, both players are actually outside of range. Back 1-2 punish with punish. Vermilion again attempting the hell sweep. 1-1-2, but gets interrupted by Breadman. And finally showing some signs of life.
That was a big comeback there from Breadman. An important round for him in this first game here. And I talked about it, right? When Vermilion actually tried to bring out the hell sweep, Breadman is still prepared. And right now, again, working against a deficit, I think if you're Breadman, you don't want to be down in life up against a character like Vermilion here, but the big counter hit coming from Breadman.
Yeah, coffin breaker from Breadman catches Vermilion off guard. Both players now outside of range. Hell sweep! Sidestep into the Twin Pistons, and Breadman closes it out. Final round here in Game 1.
Has Breadman figured out a formula here up against Vermilion? Because every single round, Vermilion has had the life lead. But somehow Breadman just able to... I think it's really a battle of attrition, and I think that's what a lot of these foreign players are so good at. Just really the life retention.
Yeah, and notice how Vermilion has been doing a lot of laser scrapers because he noticed that Breadman has been sidestepping quite often here. So he wants to catch it. He wants to track him. And here we go, Breadman trying to answer back.
Sidestep towards the left is the bread and butter. But Vermilion, though, doesn't matter. Able to close it out against Breadman, taking the first win here. And a huge release. A sigh of relief there from Vermilion. You know he was really just trying to hold on, trying to prevent that comeback. I mean, when you're up 2 rounds and your opponent gets you 3, that can be a little discouraging.
Yeah.
But Vermilion able to avoid that here. And we are seeing a character select. Same character, but we're going to a different stage.
All right, Howard Estate. The Howard Estate has been trending in terms of stage selection, especially with the Akuma pick.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Have we seen one today?
Yes, from Atif earlier.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. And I also want to mention that Vermilion, the Filipino hero here, the longest standing Filipino back in Rev Major 2019. So he has a lot to prove here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. And you know, this is quite a story for Vermilion, hailing from Bacolod. He hasn't been officially sponsored like with a franchise team in a long time. But here he is right now, continuing with his craft, picked up by VB. Right, that was a great thing. VB Vermilion. I mean, if you have a cold, you could say Vermilion.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Vermilion right now trying to poke it out against Breadman. Down back two. Breadman trying to interrupt him in the middle of in the middle of whatever Vermilion is trying to do. All right, here we go. Vermilion trying to catch him with a wall standing two. Breadman trying to answer back. 20 seconds have been spent already. Now Breadman playing, just spacing it out against Vermilion. He knows the threat of the Hell Sweep.
Right, and so far not a single Hell Sweep has landed for Vermilion, but no, he has not needed it. Breaks the first wall. And right now with, no, unable to get the second wall as well. But here comes Breadman.
All right, gets the side wall splat,
Oh,
and Vermilion pulls the
no.
trigger on the Rage Art, but Breadman, unfortunately, very, very patient. Vermilion, you can see, you saw him, he shook his head after that one.
He did. Could have been a misinput, or probably he just gave up. He not really gave up, but like he just gave in at that point. So he knows he has to avoid that. Being the long-time pro player that he is, right now trying to move on in the bracket against Breadman. Breadman though, with the first round in his stage of choice.
Now this is really scary for Breadman because he's up against the wall here. Vermilion, you can see him backdashing, but he's not exactly letting him get away from that wall. He wants that pressure, and the electric pressure also from Vermilion gets interrupted by Breadman. Because you can see him, he's ducking quite often here.
He is, and I think Breadman catching on to that. At this point, that raid kick, not a knockdown anymore, sir, but the side wall saving lives. Okay, no, too far. Crazy.
Oh my god.
It's apparently still good, kid. The raid kick is apparent. Oh,
No
what?
way! No way! Running three! Evades the generic down four, and Breadman answers back. Vermilion not happy about that one.
Some Matrix action right there. Breadman being a prophet, making amazing decisions here up against Vermilion. Vermilion almost had that round, and this might be huge for Breadman with this Leroy in the Howard estate, fighting with a little bit of a life deficit again, but it's okay. One Hell Sweep can help that.
Vermilion attacking Breadman with these generic down fours, with the down forward one, the poke. He's trying to poke Breadman out, just trying to condition him before he goes for the bigger moves like the Hell Sweep, the electric, or anything in between. Sidestep from Vermilion, catching Breadman again.
Right, and we see Breadman continuing to sidestep towards the left again. That's bread and butter strat up against all these machines. But here we go. First successful Hell Sweep right now from Vermilion. It's gonna get him a lot of damage here. Not continuing the string.
8 seconds left, 6, 5, and Breadman gets poked out by the jabs. There's nothing he can do.
Okay.
Vermilion just doesn't need to get up.
Yes, sir. Very smart from Vermilion, and I think he kind of set that up from the opening of the round. As soon as he had the life lead, he was like, okay, I just have to maintain. Right? And that's probably one of the most basic things some players, not in the pro level, but those looking to get to that high level of play, sometimes people forget that. You don't necessarily have to eliminate that life bar of your opponent. Just have more life by the time runs out.
Ooh! Back for steel pedal counter hit, catches Breadman in the middle of pressing a button here. Tsunami kicks, Breadman one hit away, spends the rage drive, no extra damage here. Vermilion playing very patiently, gets hit by the Hell Sweep. Orbital, Vermilion just needs one more poke. Can he close this one out? Breadman with the Death March, and he answers back in game 2. And you can see a sigh of relief from Breadman.
Extremely close fight, even though it was 3 rounds to 1. Every single round could have gone either way. But that was an impressive comeback from Breadman, just marching literally towards victory. Probably taking advantage of the passivity that Vermilion embodied in that game.
And the thought process was probably, for Vermilion, is probably going to be like, oh, he's not going to do something risky, and he gets hit by something risky. So, it's all the very spontaneous things that happen in Tekken that makes you think, oh, he's not gonna do it, but then he still does it anyway. That's what a mix-up is.
That's the beauty of fighting games, because fighting games is something so great.
Yeah. To the Forgotten Realm we go. Now, this is a very interesting pick because the Heaven Denied, or back 2-1 from Devil Jin, actually got nerfed. Very crucial move.
Yeah, and it's not enough actually to deter Vermilion from choosing this stage. I think he's really comfortable with it, even though the damage isn't as much as it used to be. I think that the comfort of knowing that he's home in this forgotten in this temple here, yeah, it's good enough for him. And I think with the changes to Devil Jin, he's just gonna have to work a little bit harder.
Yeah.
As a player, that's no problem for Vermilion.
Yeah, Vermilion very diligent here. Breadman with a commanding life lead here. Electric, here we go. Vermilion takes it
See the
downstairs.
nerf? Wow.
What nerf? Excuse me?
Well, I saw the life and it didn't move that much as it used to before. I mean, you're right. The cane is out.
This is a very interesting choice in Breadman because not even the final round, and he spends the cane right away. Puts Vermilion in rage, so Breadman has to be so careful here.
What?
He presses a button. Excuse me. Vermilion with round 1. Very uncharacteristic.
We were talking about taking risks that are unexpected. That was an unexpected risk from Vermilion. It paid off, but right now that health sweep not paying off yet.
Alright, going downstairs. That's 2 floors down here in the Forgotten Realm. Vermilion half health gets hit by the hell sweep of Leroy's own. Vermilion has to be super careful here. We're not seeing a lot of electric keep outs from Vermilion because he knows Breadman's just gonna crush it with a down back 4. Any low.
That little uppercut there going down again. And I think, yeah, every time Vermilion does get that floor break, it's a win. Oh my goodness!
I believe that's only -12, so that's not exactly the most punishing thing in the universe. But, oh no, Vermilion! He could have gone for the rage art there, but still, it doesn't matter. Punishes the get up mid kick with the back 1-2.
Gut-wrenching moment there for Vermilion, but able to close it out. Oh! The wave-oo. You can tell that he's really feeling himself right now. The confidence. This is the Vermilion of old, kid.
Oh my goodness, Vermilion again. The momentum. Breadman up against the wall. The pressure is here for Vermilion right now.
He smells blood, kid. He smells blood, and he wants to close it out. He wants to move on.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The poke game is strong for both of these guys. Breadman can still come back from this. Vermilion has to be super careful. The electric keep outs, you can see them right now. Gets the wall back.
Oh,
the wall is there. Ladies and gentlemen, Vermilion closes it out. The Filipino hero. 2-1 against Korea's Breadman.
What a moment right there for VB Vermilion.